video as well, so just I Spectacular. Absolutely You got it.
Okay, folks, you may be wondering why this is called a funicular railway. The word funicular comes from the Latin word funus, which means rope. We are a rope train. The whole rope is a thick rope which is attached to the top of both the carriages, and there's a thinner, lighter weight rope attached to the bottom of both the carriages. That's the tension rope. And as we move down, we're pulling the other carriage up. And when the top carriage moving down has more people on board than the one coming up, we generate electricity which gets fed back into the national grid. This is the widest funicular railway in the world. Our track gauge is 2 metres and carriage width is 3.2 metres. It needs to be a more stable vehicle up here due to the high winds we get. At the moment the wind is gusting 100 miles per hour at the top. Now looking forward at the passing loop there, you'll notice there are no points on the loop. That's because we have double flanged wheels on one side of each car. Our flanged wheels are on the right hand side, so we always go down to the right on the passing loop. Carriage 2 has their flanged wheels on the left. Our left hand wheels are just rollers which roll across the top of the track. Each carriage weighs a total of 15 tonnes, that's the equivalent of 12 family cars. It can carry a maximum of 120 passengers per day. That's in the winter time when there are no seats on board and we're open for skiing and snowboarding. The journey is just under 2 kilometres to 74 visitors then. Now looking downhill out to your right there, you'll see our cast borer garage. The big red machines sitting outside are our cast borers, or beastie bashers as we call them. They're used in the winter time for moving the snow around and smoothing it down on the pistes for skiers and snowboarders. And they're also used for building the jumps for them. All fencing up here is snow fencing. Scottish ski resorts are very windswept and barren, and we rely on these fences to help build up the snow on the ski runs. The snow gets blown into the fences and drifts build up along the lee side. Then the pasty bashers come along and move the snow out from the side of the fences, spread it out and pack it down on the ski runs. Now the funicular track has 93 support columns which are made of an Irish aggregate. We use that because it's the same colour as Cairngorm granite, and the highest column is 4 metres. And a couple of ski seasons ago we had one of our snowiest winters in 20 years, and every morning there'd be a team of us out digging out the track for the funicular in the morning once we got to work. That was after digging out the road in car parks to get here first. And we had a week where we couldn't open the funicular railway at all for the skiers and snowboarders. It took us the whole week to dig out all the track, the tunnel mouth and the Ptarmigan building. The Ptarmigan building was just a mound of snow. And we had help from the army who were up here for their ski races. They volunteered to help us, so we gave them free ski passes for the week. Now the drive for the funicular is via two 500 kilowatt motors which are located at the top station. We use both the motors in the winter time when we're running at top speed, but in the summertime we only use one. And our normal braking operates through two service disc brakes which are housed at the top of each car, and we also have 3 sets of track brakes on board. We're now approaching approaching the end of our journey. Just before we enter the base station, looking down to your left, you'll see our mountain garden. It's the highest mountain garden in the UK, and the unusual building in the garden is the Camera Obscura. And over in the Day Lodge building in the T-Bar, there are two exhibitions. One is a photographic exhibition. These are pictures that were taken by Cairngorm mountain staff throughout the ski season I just told you about, and it lets you see the volume of snow we had to deal with. And the other exhibition, we're celebrating 50 years of mechanised uplift on Cairngorm Mountain this year. So if you'd like to go round and have a look at any of these things, please do. Entry's free for them all. And if you were wondering who made the big wooden sculptures down here in the base station, they're by Ian Chalmers. He's the current world champion chainsaw carver. He lives and works at Rosemarkie on the Black Isle. And we also have a small photographic exhibition down here in the base station. That's by Peter Diender. He usually comes up here in the winter to photograph skiers and snowboarders, but he was up just a few weeks ago there and stayed out overnight on the top of the mountain to take photographs of the Northern Lights. And that's what he has on display down here in the base station.